Hello and welcome to 99th Monkey Liberty News, formerly known as the 50 Cent Tour of the Day. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, and let's see what's going on today that might impact the world. From the Cornucopia Institute, Unveiled, GMO Labeling Opponents Come Out of the Shadows. And of course, this is the list that I shared yesterday, but I wanted to share this particular article because there's this great image, and it's a poster that you can actually download. And if you wanted to, you could print this, and if you have a bulletin board at work where people can post things, this would be something probably that a lot of people would appreciate understanding, having this information. And another story about brands for Mission Galactic Freedom. Apple, Sony, movies, all the stuff you see, subliminal logos, the effects of day-to-day advertisements equals mind control. So just, what do all these symbols mean? What do they do to your brain? How do they affect you? And here it is. You can learn all about this if you so desire. From Mail Online, Saudi Arabia severs diplomatic ties with U.S. over response to conflict in Syria. I have a lot of links today, so I'm going to kind of blitz through most of them. From Zero Hedge, Italian bank stocks tumble on Draghi threat he won't hesitate to fail banks. Very interesting. Obviously the stocks tumble, and the last I looked, the stocks are down in the U.S. today as well. I guess China, the reason given by Yahoo charts, Yahoo stocks, or whatever it is the article that I looked at, was that China is thinking of tightening their monetary supply, and that's why stocks are lower in the Dow and the NASDAQ and the S&P. From the Vatican Project, Wayne Madsen Bombshell, Barack Obama conclusively outed as a CIA creation. So, interesting little article there that you might enjoy reading. Another from Zero Hedge, Deutsche Bank floats the why bother with tapering at all bubble. I put this in the news this morning because people who say that something is going to come down related to the financial markets say, watch Deutsche Bank, watch Deutsche Bank. So I'm watching Deutsche Bank. I'm not sure if this is significant, but time will tell. From the Electronic Frontier Foundation, when will the government officially correct the false claims it made to the Supreme Court about NSA surveillance? Well, I'm certainly not holding my breath. And I'm hoping that this little wonder is released to the public very soon. I believe there's a photo here somewhere. McAfee founder to launch new NSA killer privacy device. And this would be a different internet. It would be an internet that would function between people who have agreed that they want privacy. So I'm going to get in line for that one as soon as it's available. From Conscious Life News, Billionaires dumping stock and running from Wall Street. So that is an interesting sign. If you follow the stock market, you probably have noticed that they're just pushing stocks up, 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 up. It can be down significantly one day and then up even more the next day. That happened, I forget if it was last week or the week before. In one day, a move of 323 points on the Dow. So it really feels artificial. Whatever is going on in the markets feels artificial. And of course, the phrase pump and dump And it feels to me like people have been pumping, and just because there's no economic foundation behind a rising stock market. So are these guys getting ready to pull out? I don't know. If I had money in the stock market, I think I'd be concerned. I wanted to include this RT article, U.S. Government Beating Up Bankers for Its Own Mistakes. I'm using RT as an object lesson today. We know that the bankers are responsible. I mean, it's not the U.S., except our mistake is agreeing with the bankers that they are permitted to rape and pillage us. So I typically, articles from RT are good. I typically tend to trust them, but I wanted to bring this article in because I'm not agreeing with this article, and I'm not trusting RT across the board. Question everything, right? Wasn't it Fox Mulder who very wisely said that? The Daily Costs has an article. This is from Monday, and I know this is not breaking news, but I think it's significant. Cuts to food stamp benefits just in time for the holidays. This is a real downer. You know, a lot of conservative people for a long time have hoped that this kind of benefit would be cut, that welfare would be cut. I'm not saying that it's always bad to cut this kind of social program, but I want to just notice that this is happening just as Obamacare is being implemented. And you know, if we have a trade-off between food and health care, you know, you can live for a while typically without health care, but you can't live for very long without food. And I just see this as a very irresponsible move on the part of people in the government who are professing that they care about people. This just doesn't make any sense. And yes, it's supposedly not that much money. I think they typically get like $275 per household, and they're going to get $36 less per month. But this article just gives some examples of what $36 less a month might have bought for a family. And it is significant. So, you know, if you have family who are on food stamps, or friends or neighbors, maybe you can think of them and help them out a bit. That is really how our country has been characterized in the past: neighbors helping neighbors, not government giving handouts. So as the government begins to deny people, maybe we can return to that kind of compassion that's willing to step up and help somebody in need. And I want to end today with some good news. And here's the good news. Our president has eyes in the back of his head. And if you're standing behind him and you begin to faint, he will catch you. You know, I don't mean to be cold or uncaring. As I watched this video, all I could do was laugh. At least this part where, you know, the event happens, where Obama catches this lady who's about to faint. I mean, seriously, you know, you might see something out of the corner of your eye, but if you were concentrating, you had an audience of many people before you, you know, somebody else in the background can catch this lady, right? I mean, what's this guy doing? Why doesn't he catch her? He's standing right next to her. This lady's holding her hand. So this whole thing just seems so staged to me. And you know, only people who are very accustomed to watching really bad television are going to buy this. And I have another video that's, I don't know, you can choose between these two, see which one you enjoy more. But I hope that you'll at least watch the first few minutes and watch as this lady becomes unstable and begins to go down. This video actually proposes that Obama signaled her when to go down. And watching this, I can't really entirely rule that out. So I'm kind of kidding about that. Good news. There is this video now. Christians who are watching, I don't mean to offend you, and if you believe that astrology is from the devil, don't watch this video. I'm not saying that necessarily astrology is not from the devil. I personally am not feeling that at this point in my life. However, I have believed that in the past. But I became aware that the three wise men were astrologers, and that's how they knew that the sign in the sky was significant. I'm just putting this video out there because it speaks of a change, a transformation that we have been waiting and hoping for. And I found it encouraging. And as I said, if you're a Christian, you're offended by astrology, don't watch. But if you're not, I think that you will maybe find some encouragement and some hope in this video. No matter what you believe, the sun always comes up in the morning, doesn't it? And weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Hoping that you will love one another, take care, and insist on liberty.